Hi everyone, it's Christine here and welcome back to Ever After Paper Crafts. I am here today with my second video in my 4-part Christmas junk journal video series. So today I will be sharing the second junk journal that I made for this Christmas holiday season. And I'm so excited to share this one. I think the first one I had said was my favorite, and now that I'm sharing this one, I feel like this one's my favorite. So I'm probably going to be saying that with each video. I guess you just kind of become attached to the ones that are left. But anyway, this journal will be for sale in my Etsy shop. I will have a link below to that to my Etsy shop in case you're interested. I also made this project as part of Mrs. Cog's design team, and I will have a link below to the course that I took from Mrs. Cog. It's available through Etsy, and it is her complete junk journal course. And it is through that course that I know everything I know about making junk journals. So I definitely recommend that course. And I do have a coupon code here on my channel in the description box below. Make sure to click that show more button when you click the when you go to the description box, and you'll find a code there for 30% off that course through the end of this year. I will also have linked below for you a link to all of the different digital images that I use from Mrs. Cog's shop, her Etsy store, in making this journal. All right, so let's first take a look at the outside of the journal. I'm going to bring this up here. The outside, all 4 journals have as their main focal point of the cover one of these gorgeous fashionistas, if you will. And these are actually fabric panels, and I will stick the link from the Etsy seller where I bought these below in the description box. But these are so fun, and they're actual fabric, so I just backed them on some tulle and then some canvas and sewed them onto the cover. So this is this lady here, and it says "with love," and she's got a package and a bunch of snowflakes. The fabric that I used is this gold, beautiful kind of star and swirly snowflake-like material. Now this was actually a very thin fabric from Joann's. It was thinner than I realized when I bought it, even though I was touching it and feeling it and taking it up to be cut. For some reason, I didn't notice how thin it was. So when I started to construct this journal, you could actually see through it. So all I did to fix that is I just backed it on some canvas, the same type of canvas that I have underneath my image here, and then sewed those together, and then just used the whole package, if you will, together to cover the journal. So that worked out really well for me, and it was a good idea, I thought. And most of you probably already know this. Me being so new to junk journaling, I had no idea. So I was able to make that work. And so I just thought I'd pass that tip along. But yeah, so even if you're working with super thin, inexpensive fabric, if you have some canvas on hand, you can use that, sew them together, and use that to wrap your book in. This is a soft cover journal. It has 4 signatures with 13 pages on each signature, so you get over 208 pages in this journal. So it's a big one. So that is the cover. I also have some beautiful lace that goes all the way around to the back of the journal there. Beautiful lace, and then a beautiful tassel on the side. It is attached with a Tim Holtz bulldog clip, so it is removable. It has some beautiful beadwork here, lots of different saris, silks, ribbons from my stash, eyelash trim, and it also has this from Tim Holtz, and it says, "It's the most wonderful time of the year." I'm calling this junk journal Wonder. My first one was called Joy. This one is called Wonder. I have a little Tim Holtz plate down here with the word Wonder stamped on it, and I just attached that with a little red jeweled brad there, if you can see that. And then finally, I have some of this beautiful gold lace trim, and then some of these beautiful little floral appliques here from SM Tiffany Lane on Etsy. I will link to her shop in the description box below of this video. She's my favorite Etsy seller for trims, laces, and things of that nature. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the tassel. So again, if this is sort of impeding with your journaling, or you want to stick it on another project, or just to temporarily remove it, it is completely removable. So I'm just going to set that aside so we can kind of go through this journal. I do have a little which has kind of gotten messed up a little bit. So let me just push it back down. This is a bulb pin that I have just attached to the cover here. And there we go. There it goes. And I just have a couple beads and a pretty snowflake charm there. The side, it is closed with some of this beautiful deep red sari silk. I get my sari silk from Etsy from Victorian Gypsy Girl. I'll link that below. And I left this super long. Obviously, whoever receives this journal can cut this. People like their bows of all different sizes, so I just left all that sari silk there, and feel free to trim it, of course, if you decide to purchase this journal when you receive it. So all this does is it just simply unties here on the side, and then the journal opens up, and there is so much fun stuff and room to journal in this book. Before we get into the inside, I do want to pull it up just to show you first the little muslin tassels all across the top here. You can see all that beautiful beadwork. Of course, it's not a Christine journal without beads. I'm obsessed with them. I cannot help myself. So there's all these beautiful beads here that I have attached to paper clips. And then on the side here, there's a bunch of different fabric tabs, as you can see, throughout the sides there of the journal. Lots of beadwork, some really pretty charms. Let me pull out a few. Here's a cute little reindeer charm, obviously all Christmas themed, and lots of little coilless safety pins where I've just added some larger beads. Here's a little Tim Holtz Wonder charm right there attached to one of the lace tabs there. And I feel like there's a bunch of charms. I'm just not finding them right now because, of course, I'm on camera, and that's when my mind goes blank. But I'll show them to you as I go through the journal. All right, so let's go ahead and sit down, and I'll do a quick flip through with you guys of the inside of this journal. So as I said, it's 4 signatures. All of the pages, including the design paper pages inside of the journal, are tea dyed. I dunk them in a vat of tea. I then dry them in the oven, and then iron them so they kind of get that heat 3 different times. And then I stencil on every page. The only exception is there are some book pages throughout the journal. Some of the book pages come from Edith Holden book, and some come from a Norman Rockwell Christmas book. Those obviously I have left intact, and they have not been tea dyed or stenciled on or anything like that. All right, so here's the inside of the front cover. I have just gone ahead and placed some design paper, which is just some Christmas music design paper on the back of the inside front cover, and I've adhered a little image backed on some tulle and some canvas, and then created just a little tiny shallow lace pocket here, and I placed a little flash card in there. I used several, I think 8 different digi sets from Mrs. Cog's Crafts Etsy shop throughout this journal. So I'm not going to kind of be able to remember where I got most of them from probably, but all of the little postcards and flashcards that you see here are from the Christmas Sayings set. They will all be linked in the description box below. So here is page 1, which is really just sort of a decorative page. We've got some lace and some glittery poinsettias and this beautiful floral here that was from a piece of trim that I got from Etsy and I dunked in tea. And here's this beautiful image from Mrs. Cog's shop, and this is from her Christmas Beauties set. And all of the images are sewed onto the pages, or they're clipped with paper clips. You'll be able to see the difference as we thumb through this journal. But if they are sewed, they are all tuck spots. I just love having tuck spots. You might not have something to fill every tuck spot, and that's perfectly fine. But I want them to be there in case you do want to have little things stuck in there. You could even, I've stuck something small at least in every pocket, but you could even journal on the backs of these little postcards if you wanted to, or flashcards. I've also added some quotes onto the bottom of several of the tea-dyed pages. And so those are just kind of fun to read as you're thumbing through the book. They also serve as good journaling prompts, and I find them helpful when I'm doing my own journaling. So let's just keep flipping around here. So here's some beautiful stenciling. This quote says, "The Christmas spirit is a spirit of giving and forgiving." I have a little tuck spot here, of course, with this beautiful image. And this image, you'll see lots of these throughout the journal. These are from Mrs. Cog's oh shoot, it's the one with the ads, Christmas ads, I think it's called, something like that. Again, it'll be linked below, but it's from 1909 or 1907, something like that. They're so cool. I really love those. So I stuck some of those in some of the pockets. Here is just some really pretty Christmas paper from this year's Tim Holtz Christmas pack. And so I just made a little lace pocket here with just a little, I just stuck a little flash card in it. Again, the idea of the tuck spots and pockets is just to indicate to you that they are there, and you can stick whatever you want in those pockets. Here's a pretty little image that I just paper clipped in this pretty little Christmas ornament stencil here. And then I did use some beadwork here on these two fun paper clips. All right, so we'll just keep going. On the back of almost all of the other paper clips, I did not clip anything, but I did want to demonstrate how you also can clip things to the back. So I did stick these two little postcards or flashcards, whatever you want to call them, on the back here. But again, that's just to demonstrate. Here's one of those coilless safety pins that I've added some fun and sparkly beadwork to on this little lace tab. Beautiful images. Again, they're all tuck spots. Here's one of those ads. Here's a little flash card. More quotes and stenciling, of course. Here is a pocket that I made with some floral ribbon from the big Christmas, where they sell the ribbon for the Christmas wreath making, and in the floral departments of craft stores. I found that's perfect for your junk journaling. So I sewed this down, and then I stuck a little tea-dyed index card in here. And when you see index cards, they are also tuck spots. So I just printed out smaller versions of the images. In some cases, they're the actual size they come in, but I believe I did decrease the size of this one. And then I just stuck a little postcard and a flash card in there just to indicate that this is a pocket. So you have a tuck spot within a tuck spot. I love that. So here is one of those Edith Holden pages that I mentioned, and this is the December page. All of the journals will have Edith Holden pages and Norman Rockwell pages in them. All 4 of the journals do. Just a little lace pocket down here, and I just put a couple little flash cards in there. Here's some gorgeous images here, all from Mrs. Cogg's shop. Cute little postcard in there. And then this is another tea-dyed index card that's also a little tuck spot. And I also just decorated a lot of the index cards with ribbon or with sari silk, as you can see there. This one sticks right down in this pocket. More stenciling, fabric tags. And here is the center of the first signature in the journal. These beautiful images here are actually printed onto the pages before tea dyeing. I do have a LaserJet printer. It doesn't print the best colors, so I only do it for a few pages throughout my journals. And only if it turns out really pretty, but these two turned out great. And then you tea dye them and they get this really antique-y look to them. Now there's a lot of strings going on this page, and that is because I have included a lot of these little tea dyed tags, and the little tassels on them are incredibly long. It is very easy to cut these and then just retie them, but I didn't know how long the recipient of the journal would want the little tassels to be, so I just left them as is. But I did want to point out that those can very easily be trimmed. So I've just sewed some flashcards here to the pages, and then you have little tiny tuck spots here. Again, I've just put some tags that have been tea dyed, a couple of flashcards in as well. So that is the center spread here. The little dangles are also from that same pad of Tim Holtz paper that I showed you a minute ago, his current, this year, 2019's Christmas stack. Okay, so now we're the back half of the first signature. Here's a little charm, which is 2 little jingle bells there. Not sure if that camera's picking that up very well, but all of the charms are Christmas themed, of course. Another cute little image, and here is a beautiful tea-dyed index card with some sari silk sewed on, and in this lovely image, there's also a tuck spot. And I know she's upside down, but that's because I just wanted the sari silk sticking out. This image right here is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to pull it up to the camera so you guys can really see it. It's sort of an interior painting of a beautiful Victorian family as they all gather together and celebrate Christmas. This is from the Christmas Beauties set from Mrs. Cogg, and I just love it. The quote that I sewed this to says, "Christmas is the season for kindling the fire for hospitality in the hall, the genial flame of charity in the heart." heart, and Washington Irving said that. So I thought that quote went lovely with that beautiful painting. Here's a little tuck spot here with some lace. Here is an image that I have just clipped on here with some beadwork done to the ends of the paper clips. Here's the other half of that Edith Holden page. This one has some beautiful ivy on it, and then more December notes from Edith Holden on the back. Another floral ribbon tuck spot with, again, an index card that's been tea dyed. This is an image from Mrs. Coggs, and I just printed it on a smaller setting. So remember, when you buy your digital images, you are not married to the size they just automatically print out in. You can always go in and change the settings on your printer to have them be smaller or larger, which works great for when you're doing, like here, when I have this little index card and I want to fit a small image to make a little tuck spot. It works perfectly for that. Okay. Gonna go a little bit faster now. My videos tend to be super long. Beautiful images here of the families in front of the Christmas trees. I added this gorgeous black and white photo from Mrs. Cogg to the pocket here, along with a little flash card that says Christmas tree. And then here's another one that's a little tuck spot. Here is a little bulb pin that has that Tim Holtz charm that I showed you earlier that says Wonder. It's being a little finicky right now, but it is there. It doesn't want to show itself to you. The other half of that Tim Holtz paper, little ad placed in this pocket. Another beautiful image that's a tuck spot. More stenciling, and here we are at the last page of the first signature. It says Silver Bells. That's just a little flashcard that I placed inside the tuck spot here. Here's the beginning of the second signature, just some lace and a simple image with a little tuck spot. For some of the smaller images where they don't take up the whole page, when I do my own journaling, I still journal on these pages. I just kind of journal around the image, stick a little note in the pocket, that kind of thing. So there is, not only are there tons of full-size pages for you to journal on throughout this junk journal, but there are also other spots that you can put your writing in as well. Here's a fun image of everyone around the Christmas tree, and I stuck another tea-dyed index card in here with another little tuck spot. So that just goes right in there. All right, here is a page from a Norman Rockwell Christmas book. This is from my own personal collection. I just took the page right out of the book. And on the back is one of my absolute favorites. This was a letter that was written, I believe it was to the New York Times, and it was a letter from a little girl named Virginia, and she asked, "Is there a Santa Claus?" And the editor wrote back to her, and it was placed in the paper, and he said, "Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus." And then he goes on to write this beautiful little message to her about Santa. So this is the beginning of it with the Norman Rockwell illustration on the front and the back here. And then when we get to the other half of the page in just a moment, you'll see the remainder of the Yes, Virginia letter. So I thought that was really cool. Little tuck spot here with, again, that floral ribbon. Another tuck spot here, a beautiful sari silk index card that's been tea dyed, and this just sticks right down in here. Another tuck spot here. The stenciling, as you can see, is very subtle. It shows up on camera from what I've watched back in the past, but it is subtle, so you can definitely journal over it. It won't impede with your journaling space if you don't want it to. More, another little image that's clipped with some fun beadwork. A pocket here made out of lace, coilless safety pin here with just some fun beadwork. Another little pocket here that I just stuck a little image in. Now again, you can put whatever you want in these pockets. These images you can take out, you can use for other craft projects, do whatever you want with them. But if you want to keep them in the journal, I do print all of the images on bright white 65-pound cardstock. So you can definitely journal on the back without it bleeding through if you use, you know, a good pen. Okay, so here's Merry and Bright. Little flashcards I stuck in the pocket here. This is one of my favorite images. The quote I chose here says, "I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all year," and that's a Charles Dickens quote. More stenciling and room to journal here. This is a cute little greeting card that I picked up at Michael's years ago. It came in a pack and it was in their dollar spot. I think it was like $1.50. And so I just kind of added it to the journal. I thought it was adorable and really went with this fun kind of girly shopping, also Victorian girl kind of theme to this journal. So I just stuck that there. You can of course journal on the back. Here is a beautiful image from window shopping, Mrs. Cogg's window shopping digi-set. And it's just a department store building. I've backed it on some gold sparkly tulle and canvas, made a little narrow pocket here at the bottom. And then this is the inside spread of the second signature. And this is all design paper. This came from Michael's. I didn't do any decorating. I just thought this was so cute. It's a more modern girl shopping, and most of the images are Victorian, but I loved to kind of pair the images together. I thought that was really fun. Here's the little dangles in the center, and I just absolutely loved this, and I just thought it was fun to kind of pair this modern girl with all of these Victorian images. This is the back of that little greeting card, little pocket here with some lace, some more stenciling rather, lots of spaces to journal, cute little image here, and I have added a tea-dyed index card with a tuck spot. I'm gonna actually turn him upside down too so that the sari silk is on the side you pull out. Another spot here for to tuck little trinkets or whatever with this lace. Same on the back. Another sweet little image. This is from Jessie Wilcox Smith from Mrs. Cogg's shop. Jessie Wilcox Smith is the artist. That's the name of the set as well. Some more beautiful images here. Again, all tuck spots. Obviously, I'm not reading all of the quotes or we'd be here forever, but many of the pages, we'll put it that way, have wonderful quotes on them that are really fun. I compiled them all myself, typed them up. I love doing that. It's one of my favorite parts of junk journaling. So here is the other part of that letter here to Virginia from the New York. It was the New York Sun. I think I said the New York Times. It was actually the New York Sun, and this is the extent of the letter that the editor wrote. And then on this side is just the other, side of the book page that just has the beginning of another story on it. But I loved that. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus letter. It's just beautiful. Here's a little Christmas tree charm on one of those bulb pins. Beautiful image here of everyone around the Christmas tree. I stuck a little advertisement from Mrs. Cogg's ad set in there. Some more ledger paper. Lots of room to journal. Here's Santa. I just stuck an ad in here. There's another, there's also an index card as well with a tuck spot and sari silk. These are very generous pockets, and you can definitely fit more than what I have placed in there. It's just up to you. So this is the end of the second signature. We're now beginning the third. So this is we're gonna keep going here. This is another Edith Holden page with just a beautiful little thrush bird, song thrush it's called, and some seeds on the back. Some more room to journal with some stenciling. Here's a little Tim Holtz paper here with little lace pockets on each side. A pretty little image here with a clip here. More fun images, of course, that are tuck spots, tuck spot, pretty stenciling. Another cute little image with some beadwork here. This little side pocket, little image in there. Santa image, isn't this beautiful? And here's another little tea-dyed index card that I just stuck in there. Another Santa image. Beautiful lace pocket there with a pretty image. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put an image in here, so I will make sure before I ship this off that I have something in here, because this is a pocket as well. All of the images that are sewed on are tuck spots. Here's the center of the third signature. Again, we have these flashcards, these long tassels to these tags that you can definitely cut smaller if you wish. And then just the little tassels here. And these are also two more images that I placed directly on the paper with my printer before tea dyeing. Fun little image here with another cute little image inside and a flashcard. Little lace pocket. Little images here. Another little floral ribbon that I used to sew on and then made a little tuck spot out of. Here's a fun little reindeer charm right here on this little lace tab. Another little fun advertisement that I just stuck in this pocket here. And then here's another advertisement that I clipped on to using this paper clip and some beadwork. Some really pretty images here with just some flashcards put in. The other part of that Tim Holtz paper. Again, there's little lace pockets on either side. Another piece of Edith Holden paper from my own personal book. I just took it right out of my own book. Some more blank pages to journal on. Beautiful images. This is the end of the third signature. And here we are at the beginning of the fourth. Another tea-dyed index card that's also a tuck spot. It goes right in there. Here's some beautiful trim that I've just adhered there. Here's a beautiful image. This is some design paper that I also tea-dyed. This is an image that I backed onto pink tulle and also canvas and then sewed down, and then I made it a little tuck spot that also has its own little tuck spot. So tuck spot within a tuck spot. I love doing that though. And that just sticks right back in there. So that's a pocket. And then this is the back side, and I tea-dyed the design paper so you get this, so the back side isn't so bright white as well. Another tea-dyed index card with a little tuck spot. And another Norman Rockwell page from my book. This is a really cute little image of the guy giving the girl a kiss as he's holding up mistletoe. And this is the back of it, which is some recipes for frozen pudding and vanilla wafers. So I thought that was fun. With also a little illustration that Norman Rockwell did there at the top of a lady holding the feast, the Christmas turkey. Another little pocket here with, stuck a little image in there. Clipped this little image in with some beadwork. Beautiful images here. More ledger paper. Little pocket here. This is a fun little Santa Claus charm on this bulb pin here. Cute little image here with a little postcard stuck in. This image is clipped with some beadwork there at the top. This is the center of the fourth signature, so we have the little dangles here, and then our two cute little images. Just an image and a postcard. Here is, whoops, Sorry Silk sheds, and that's some of these little floofies that you see. It'll shed for about two or so weeks, and then it'll eventually stop. But don't be alarmed if you see shedding at first. That's totally normal. Here's some beadwork that I did on this coilless safety pin here. Very cute. Looks like that Christmas candy. Here's, whoops, I lost a little paper clip. Let's see. This was right here. Let me just clip this back on really quick. Okay, I'm on camera, so apparently I can't clip anything. I tell you, all the weirdest things happen as soon as that video camera gets turned on. Things that never happen, you know, and you're just in here alone, crafting away. But once everybody's watching, all these weird things happen. Okay, so where were we? We saw this, Okay, we were here in the center spread of the fourth and final signature. Okay, beautiful image here. Just a fun little black and white photo of everyone doing their window shopping. Little pocket back here made of lace, ledger paper, and more pages here with some beautiful little images. And sometimes images are stuck in as well, just to indicate that those are little pockets. Cute little puppy image with some beadwork on the paper clips. Beautiful image here and here. Another beautiful design, or painting rather, from Norman Rockwell from the book, and has a little story attached to it. And then on the back you have this adorable grandpa and grandson dressed as cowboys riding a rocking horse. It's so cute. So that page is there. Beautiful image here with a little postcard tucked into it. The other side of that design paper, and then the last couple pages. Beautiful image here. This is the inside of the back cover, And with the same, of course, beautiful design paper as is on the front cover, another image that's backed on some sparkly red tulle and some canvas. And then I made another little pocket down here that's very narrow, so you can just fit some small little goodies in there if you wish. The book does lie flat. Oh my goodness, this paper clip does not want to stay on, does it? I might have to get a new one. This one's being a pain. Let me get this back. There we go. It goes right here. Just doesn't want to stay. There we go. Okay, I think I got it good now. All right. As you can see, the book does lay flat. There are tons of pages in this book. Lots of room for journaling, memory keeping, whatever you like to do with your journals. I had so much fun making this one. I hope you guys love it. And I think that that's it for this video. All of the links that you will need are below. I will be picking all the floofies off before this goes out to the lucky recipient who decides to order this. But again, if you see little shreddings from the Sari silk, don't worry about it. This is a big one. Again, I always make pretty big meaty journals, but it is usable as a journal. I always test that before I come on camera. I don't test it as in write in it, but I test it as in I open it at various pages throughout the journal and make sure that it does function as a journal, and it does. I also send along with the journals some clothespins, and these are kind of great just to help keep the pages open while you're journaling, and I'll send at least 4 with every journal order. And so they just sort of help. You can grab a clump of papers, clip them down, and it just adds some weight to the book so you can easily journal without having to have like an arm over here to hold it down and, you know, that kind of thing. So it is functional as a journal. It's also fun to just kind of flip through and look at all of Mrs. Cog's gorgeous images. So I hope that you enjoyed this journal and the walkthrough. All the links you need are below, and I thank you so much as always for joining me. I will catch you in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.